Hello, this is part 2 of the episode 3 commentary for FanFic Critic. We're just starting to get into the sex part of this lovely story by Hamo Hamster. Oh yeah, the grammar in the story was awful. They had an extra word in there. I don't know if it really made any sense when I read it out loud. So this is where the story starts to get very interesting. Now, guys, just to let you know, I have absolutely nothing against gays or lesbians or bisexual people, and most of the time I have nothing against slash fanfics, as long as they're done right. And I'm sorry, but Angry Video Gamer and Nostalgia Critic, this one was not done right whatsoever. In fact, it never should have been written. But, you know, if you're going to do a slash fanfic, do it right, and have the pairing make sense. And don't have it be about, gee, I don't know, real people. That would really be a big plus for me. Ugh. The visuals I had in my mind at this point when I was reading this. I realize, after watching myself in these commentaries, that I make the funniest faces. And I'm sorry, people, if I make funny faces. I don't even realize it half the time. And I think this was back, these episodes were back when I did do the huge close-ups in front of the cameras, and I'm really sorry that I do that. I don't even realize how close okay, that was kind of a close-up, but I've gotten closer. I was going to yell at this part, please nostalgia, kill me, but I decided to hold it back and not say anything. Back in like the early episodes, I kind of held back when it came to my rants. Okay, does anyone really do this? I mean, I'm a girl, I wouldn't know, seeing I don't have a man thing, but do you really like spit on it before you have sex? I don't know. That just didn't make any sense to me. Oh, so you don't get cock burn? Is that even possible? And why is it that whenever people write sex scenes, they always have them be violent sex scenes? Like have them be ramming? I don't know. It never makes any sense, and it doesn't really turn anyone on if you read it. I mean, maybe it turns some people on, but not really me. The entire time I'm reading this, I'm thinking to myself, okay, this is just wrong. What were they thinking when they wrote this? Oh my god. Oh my god, did they actually write that? That line right there kind of came out of nowhere. I think I was supposed to say that earlier in the fanfic, but I never did. So, yeah. Now, what makes no sense about this scene is that, first of all, it's unrealistic that when a guy, you know, ejaculates, that it goes spraying all over the place like a rocket launcher. It doesn't do that. At least I don't think it does. I think it just squirts out a little bit. And why would they pull it out at the last minute so it'd squirt all over the bed? That doesn't make any sense. You would logically think you would have it stay inside when it squirts, not pull it out the last minute. And like, they were writing this like it was squirting around like a wild hose, which I don't think it does that. I'm not a guy, but something tells me it doesn't do that. Yeah, they had the word R in there instead. So I went into a big rant here. It makes me wonder. Yeah, and then right here I kind of lost it. I started to go into a rant and then I kind of lost it, so I did that a lot at the beginning. And this is probably one of the best parts in the review. The first close-up, people, right now.
Okay, this is how they spell silence. S-I-N-E-N-T-S. That's not how you spell it!
I actually had one of my reviewers quote that. Okay, who did that? Wing can go Silents. That's not how you spell it. That was great. And this is probably one of my first quote-unquote freakouts. Yeah. Don't ask why I was humming that song. It was the first one in my mind. And if I haven't said this before, that razor is not sharp, so don't worry. It's harmless, really. Yeah, Dragon Ball's brought me back.
Let's sum up the story with one principle.
And this is what I call the rant. Yeah, this fanfic was shit. I'm sorry, but it was. I actually like this rant because, you know, unlike my later ones, it's not really I mean, it's sort of crazy, but in a calm sense. I think as I've done more episodes, I've just become more and more over the top when it comes to my rants, especially with episode 23, which was another one of Hamo Hamster's fanfics. That one I completely freaked out. You know, the one where I'm like, what the fuck? And then I just, like, shows me 4 times screaming, and then I attack, I don't know.
Real!
So this is the first time I brought up the whole real thing. It bothers me, people, so please don't write fanfics about real people.
Completely out of character.
Although, my good friend Daniel, who's a viewer of mine, one of his fanfics I reviewed was a fanfic about Siskel and Ebert. And that was about real people, but, you know, it wasn't badly written. It was actually done right. So that one I can kind of forgive, but... And I know if I say don't write fanfics about real people, people are going to do it anyway. That doesn't mean I can't stop bitching about it. I will, trust me. And they should have written them in character. Okay. This part right here, the whole grammar, on the MySpace episode, the full version, it's a bit different. It's not sped up here, it's just all the same speed. I decided to speed it up for the YouTube one because I thought it was funnier with me going... It was ridiculous though with this story, although I have read worse. But still.
It was pretty much the entire story. The entire story was a huge grammar mistake.
Actually, if you read the Sandy Has a Baby fanfic in episode 8, you would see that it was a lot worse than this story. Yeah. This is probably my best impression I can do of a man. This was all improv, by the way. My entire show is improv. Actually, I didn't write this down, but I think I had to refilm this a couple times because when I was doing the typing on the computer, I accidentally stopped the camera. So I had to redo like the entire rant all over again. For someone who's never been drunk before, I think I did a pretty good job pretending to be drunk. Yes, I know. I lived a sheltered life. I've gotten buzzed, but not drunk. The thing is, I'm not 21 yet. Although that'd be funny if I ever did a FanFic Critic episode when I was legitly drunk. That would be interesting to see how that would turn out. Yep. The FanFic Critic makes up her own words, clickety-doo-dah. Okay, I guess that's sort of a close-up.
Holy stupid! What are you thinking, Hamo Hamster? You better hope to God that they do not find the story, because if they do...
Unbeknownst to me at the time, they already had found the story and had it on their website. Oh well, not much you can do. Remember, people, this is a very, very early episode of my show. I think I've done better since then. Although I thought this was one of my best episodes. As far as I can tell, though, Hamo Hamster has not written any more stories. I tend to check up on authors of stories I've reviewed, especially memorable stories, to see if they've written any more.
You're toast.
And I think A Special Truce might have been... Actually, I don't think it was up at this time. But I did discover it eventually. Well, thank you for watching this commentary. Sorry if it wasn't much better than the first one. I'm not really good at commentaries. I probably have been doing it completely wrong, but I hope you guys enjoyed it nonetheless. Bye!